Hey everybody, people had been asking me since I had my cute little Scottish spindle for a video on how to do it. So here is that video. And so you're going to be looking at my neck a lot here lately. Luckily I wore the pretty necklace. But anyhow, this is the Scottish spindle and it's got the X on the bottom which helps support it. This one is made by Schneider Spindles and I love it. So if you want one, you should look him up. He also has a great video on this. But like I said, people were asking me to make one, so here you go. But it makes a center pole ball. This is my very first one, so it's probably kind of messy. But the idea is that this could slide off the bottom. And then that way you can continue with making it. So let me get the center pole ball off, and then I will show you how to attach it. Okay, in order to do this leader threadless, I have put a slip knot in like the little fuzzy end on the bottom of my roving, and then I got a little bit of hand twist going in it, and then I'm twisting it. It has a short twist, but all I'm doing now is I'm just trying to get enough twist, and this is the most nerve-wracking part, and enough twist in this to kind of make enough yarn to start with. So that should be enough, I'm thinking. So then I'm just going to collect the yarn on my fingers and take this slip knot off. Hopefully this is long enough. You start here, you just wrap kind of high-low, 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 and then bring it through one of the pegs on the bottom. And actually I may have wrapped it. If you don't have enough, you need to unwrap it one time. And then you bring it through, and you want to have enough so that, you know, it stretches from the bottom. So you're wrapped around here, just through one of them. There's two, but it's just so you can go either direction. It's only going through one, and then you bring it up to the top, and then you make a slip knot, which if you're looking at it, you kind of put it, you know, on your fingers, and all you're doing is like making a circle. So you put it over your fingers, and I'm trying to do this like backwards so you can see it. Then you put your little pointy part through the circle on your fingers. So now you have like a little slip knot. So now we should be cooking with grease here, as my dad would say. So now this should be pretty similar looking to anybody who is familiar with the drop spindle. We've got it attached by going around here, through here, and then the little slip knot here. And like you guess, get it going. I would recommend not having too much fiber on your hand to start with. And this, I did find, gets easier the more yarn you kind of get on it. I did this with Cordell last time. This is a little scrap of merino I had laying around, so of course it's not cooperating as well. They were usually used, and are best used, with long breed fibers. So long fiber breeds. I'm sorry, I'm concentrating here. So you just twist and twist, and see I'm just pulling down. They don't have a very long, and then once you're here, so now I've got, you can see that much yarn. Take your fingers and just kind of wrap it back up. And then when you get to here, what you're going to do, and this looks way more complicated than this, you're just going to take your fingers and pull the little slip knot off. And then now you bring it all back down here and you just wrap it like high-low, high-low, high-low around this. And so I'm wrapping it off my fingers and onto the spindle. And then when you get to, you'll get better at judging this, about that much left, I'd say. Then you bring it through your spindle. And then make yourself another little slip knot. I'm going to kind of loosen up these fibers a little bit. You get it twisted, and then draft. And one thing, like I said, this is probably the more difficult spindle I've ever used. I do like it, but having to warm up to it, is it has a short twist time, and then I find that it kind of likes to start twisting back on itself. So, yes, and watch it spin. So, I mean, that's about as long as you got. before it starts wanting to twist back on itself. So here, we'll do this one more time. You're gonna make wrap it around. High, low, high, low. Bring it through the bottom. Make a slip knot. And you do have to kind of be mindful of this one. Like I said, it's got a shorter spin time. And then attach it this way. But you can definitely see how this spindle would have, because it doesn't have, you know, all the different points coming off of it, it is pretty durable. And I imagine would be simple to make. So I think that was the appeal of it, was that it was easy to put in like the ladies' big skirt pockets that, you know, were actually like detachable. They were like purses sewn into your skirt. But, or the men's kilts, I imagine, or the spore-on bags they wore. You can see how this would have been a very portable and simple. You didn't have to worry about it coming apart. You probably just had to worry about not snapping this part. But make sure you pull it back out of the X when you're wrapping so that you can actually get the center pull ball off. I made that mistake one time. Wrap, wrap, wrap. But it was probably a very like durable, easy thing to take around that you didn't have to worry about coming apart or doing anything weird on you. And you could literally, I think, you know, if you, it would be very easy. My slip knot came out. I didn't get a good enough slip knot. But it would be a super portable thing that you could literally, it would just be something you were doing all day. And so it was easy to take in and out of your pocket. So anyhow, that is my not super fancy video on how to use a Scottish drop spindle, complete with dropping it at the end. So I hope that helps, and it is really fun. Like I said, this one is beautiful. I love it. I used to go to Scottish game reenactments, and we are very Celtic in nature, so I had to have one. But this one, like I said, is beautiful. It came from Snyder Spindles. They're on Etsy, so I would highly recommend checking them out, and thank you. And I will see you soon. And if any of you are like masters of the Scottish drop spindle, like, you know, you got any tips, let me know. But that's what I've most figured out with, and I do enjoy it.